watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo on this Monday, June 3rd, and here's what's happening. A structure fire erupted in Comstock Park at approximately 4:20 p.m. on Sunday. News 25 spoke with Fire Chief Scott Lewis to learn more.
Yesterday on Sunday, Pahrump Fire Rescue was dispatched for a report of an unknown type fire around 4:30 p.m. As crews were responding, they were notified or updated that in fact it was a brush fire that was moving along a fence line. As crews arrived on location with a brush assignment, they found a well-involved structure fire with two immediate exposure buildings to either side and actually a third structure located to the rear of it. Very advanced fire conditions, wind-driven, heavy smoke. Crews commenced a defensive exterior objective. One of the things that was really hindering our efforts yesterday was the fact that there was an extreme overabundance of personal property stored behind a large perimeter fence that was also fortified with steel gating and barbed wire across the top. When crews attempted to get over that fence and through it, they found that the fortification actually hid a tremendous amount of personal property, several feet thick and deep, and also approximately 6 feet high. Crews then pulled much of that material away, tried to make way into the structure, and found similar conditions throughout the dwelling. There were no life safety issues attached, therefore we remained with the defensive exterior because we couldn't risk any firefighters' lives due to the overabundance of fuel load within the structure, the advanced fire conditions, and of course the very little access. Valley Electric responded. They secured a power pole which was burning at the rear of the property. Our primary objective was to have exposure protection on all those structures that were mentioned earlier. Our ladder truck was placed into service, commenced an aerial attack, while a defensive with multiple hand lines and a master stream off the engine company. Fortunately, this fire occurred in an area with fire hydrants. However, there was a poor performing hydrant that also hindered our progress on the fire. This is a long duration incident. Crews remained throughout the evening and overnight hours and finally dismissed around 6 a.m. this morning. So in all, they were there for an extended period of time. They did an awesome job. There were no injuries. One fire actually did sustain a small burn to an ear. He was treated on scene and released. The fire is under investigation, but it is thought to have occurred possibly on a neighboring property and extended to the primary dwelling.
More news now. A head-on collision near Boulder City leaves 2 young people dead and 1 person behind bars. Samantha Roberts has more on this story.
Jason Ernest of Mount West Lawyers. Don't be bullied by insurance companies. Call me, 775-727-9500.
On Saturday, June 1st, around 2:20 p.m., the Nevada Highway Patrol responded to a crash on I-11 near mile marker 6 for a head-on collision which is about 8 miles from Boulder City. According to police, 2 vehicles were involved in a wrong-way head-on collision that killed 2 people. On Monday, June 3rd, the Clark County Coroner's Office identified Antonio Aguilera, age 21, and Virginia Whiting, age 19, who both died from blunt force injuries. The wrong-way driver was taken to the local hospital with minor injuries and was also taken into custody for suspected impairment.
As the presidential race heats up, News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers now joins us from the city to hear from citizens of the world regarding their reaction to President Trump's verdict.
After New York's Deep Blue ruling that resulted in U.S. President Donald Trump being convicted of 34 felonies in an extreme abuse of proven political power, I spoke to local Americans here in Las Vegas about what this historical verdict means to them and how vital their vote is November 5th.
In this case, there was just a mountain of evidence against the guy, and a jury of 12 of his peers found him guilty. But
the judge gave Biden campaign money. I mean, that's proven.
Sure. But So if we imagine that a judge gave a presidential candidate campaign money, it'd be 50-50, right? Because we have a 50-50 system. And we can't simply throw out all the 50% that did it, that gave money to Biden versus Trump. So and the whole point of a judge is that they're supposed to be impartial.
How do you feel now that U.S. President Donald Trump is a 34-time convicted felon right now on paper?
I feel like they framing my boy. He don't deserve none of this that's going on. The greatest president of all time.
I think it's much about solidarity, having solidarity for other people that are struggling and that do not get all the opportunities that other people do.
For many Americans, President Trump's verdict actually makes him more attractive. What do you think about that?
Well, I think the vast majority of Americans that have been unfairly penalized in the American judicial system have been either poor or minorities or have been convicted of a drug crime. So to me, there's not much similarity there. But I do understand, I think it's similar to almost like O.J. Simpson, where there is some sympathy for people who have been the victim of the penal system to have some empathy for someone that's being convicted of something that may or may not be true, because they can see that just because someone has been convicted doesn't necessarily mean it's true.
A GoFundMe page can work as well, and then all people are free to contribute to that if they want. So, and that's also part of what I see as the American culture, because the Americans want to be free to choose for themselves. And I understand where they're coming from, but everything has a good side and a bad side.
Do you think if America's at the point where we need FundMe pages, we're doing pretty bad?
Yeah, well, I think that's where the balance is off.
All liberal elites flocked to President Trump's power before he was president, and now they're really threatened. I mean, something's not adding up. Regardless if you're Democrat or Republican, something is not adding up.
I think it was that he was an ally of theirs, and then when he was in the political arena, he was their enemy, right? He ran directly against Hillary Clinton.
So do you think Hillary Clinton is a true feminist if she stayed with Bill?
Woo! Wow, that's a tough question.
No, it's not.
I think every marriage is different. Who knows? Maybe they haven't had sex in years. Maybe she doesn't even care.
Why is he to you the greatest president of all time?
Man, he made the broke rich, PPP.
Reporting from Las Vegas, I'm Maria Centers with News 25 Las Vegas.
Thank you very much, Maria. And a reminder that November 5th marks the presidential election. More news coming up, News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. On Sunday, a vehicle accident occurs on the I-15 and turns into a fatal shooting. Samantha Roberts has more on the story.
On Sunday, June 2nd, around 3:30 a.m., Nevada Highway Patrol responded to a report of an accident near I-15's HOV off-ramp to US 95 North. Upon arrival, officers found a man suffering from a gunshot wound inside of a vehicle. The man was pronounced dead at the scene by medical personnel. Las Vegas Metro Homicide was notified and has taken over the investigation. Anyone with any information about this incident is urged to contact the LVMPD Homicide Division at 702-828-3521, or to provide information anonymously, you can also contact Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555.
More news now. The Nye County Sheriff's Office held a graduation ceremony on Saturday for 6 new detention deputies. News 25 spoke with Sheriff Joe McGill, who gives us the details.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe McGill. Today is Saturday, June 1st, 2024, and we are here at the Nye Communities Coalition for a graduation ceremony of our Detention Deputies Academy. We're graduating 6 individuals from this academy. They participated in a 5-week academy, and this is the first time in 5 years that we have done a detention-only academy. One of these individuals is going to be working in the Tonopah Detention Center, and the other 5 are going to be working here in Pahrump. We are very proud to say that they completed their training, and we are happy to get them on to their field training process and getting onto full duty. Some of these individuals did start the field training process prior to the academy. Because of the hiring process, we didn't want to lose those individuals and have them get another job before we could get them into our academy. So they did start their process, and they will complete their field training and be working full-time very soon. Thank you, and have a great summer.
And the Pahrump Valley High School graduating class of 2024 held their graduation ceremony on Friday evening. KPVM and News 25 was there and spoke with the principal of Pahrump Valley High School, Desiree Veloz.
So tonight at Pahrump Valley High School, we were blessed to celebrate the graduation of 293 Trojans from Pahrump Valley High School. It was an incredible event. We had a packed house, lots of love and celebration throughout the venue. So this year we worked with the Nye County Sheriff's Office. It's really important for us to keep the event safe and secure, but also we have a lot of people. We're growing in terms of the number of graduates, and we want to still allow people to be able to come in. And so there's lots of restrictions which seem kind of inconvenient, but the reality is we do that so that we can fit the most people in here, have the safest environment that we possibly can, and ultimately really give a classy, prestigious event to our graduates. This class is a true gift. This is my 3rd year as principal at Pahrump Valley High School, and it has been such a blessing as it has been a priority to get to know the students individually, know strengths. Students go through so much in their journey, and yes, we focus on academics, but sometimes it's the life lessons that they're learning along the way and getting to this grand finale. So it's not all about 4.0s and 3.5s. That matters, and we love that, but the reality is we also really love to see our students develop their own stories, and now they get this ticket to their future, and who knows where the road will take them. And it really is a gift. We watch our Trojans come back and share that celebration, and it really is an honor, and I love that. So for next year, we're already gearing up and getting excited. The success principles are something that we talk about at Pahrump Valley High School all of the time. Our theme this year was clear is kind and unclear is unkind. And next year, our focus will be 100% responsibility. We'll be working with our students and staff as that ideal is something that will carry them for the rest of their lives. In terms of sports and academics, we continue to offer extra electives. We won't have study hall next year. We'll be staying in a block, but students will have 8 classes instead of 7. And we're looking forward to that opportunity and giving students the chance to get into career and technical classes, be active in band and choir, and those sort of electives that helps grow them into a whole person.
And congratulations once again to the 2024 graduating class. In sports, Mikey has your look at what's going on with the Las Vegas Aces, the Aviators, and the Stanley Cup Finals are set.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Las Vegas Aviators won their game last night against the Sugar Land Space Cowboys 7-6. Next up for them, they're off to El Paso to take on the Chihuahuas. That dog is scary. Las Vegas Aces won their game on Saturday against the Atlanta Dream 78-74. They play the Dallas Wings on Wednesday. Less than 6 months after announcing her retirement from the WNBA, former UConn standout and Connecticut Sun starter Tiffany Hayes reversed course to sign with the Las Vegas Aces on Friday. And the Stanley Cup Finals start
Saturday.
It's Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you very much. Mikey wasn't quite a sport, but it was a delicious taco festival. And we've got you covered next. News 25 continues.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. A Taco Fest competition took place in the Calvada Eye on Saturday. Some of Pahrump's, elite got to judge the tacos, and, these awards were handed out. News 25 spoke to Justice of the Peace Michelle Fiore, who tells us all about it.
Hi guys, so we are here at the Taco Fest, and I was very, very honored to be able to judge our tacos with our Sheriff McGill, our Judge Lane, and Judge Wonker. We had such a great time. The tacos were amazing. We tasted 7 tacos. The Rotary won the first place. It was just amazing. We judged on taste, texture, ingredients, and presentation, and Rotary took all the top spots. And then we had our second and third place winners as well. So come on out here and join us. It was really fun. So the taco that the Rotary made that I can recall, first of all, the presentation was nice. When I opened it, I had an open taco with lettuce, a tomato mix, and some cheese. And the meat was good. It was some kind of beef, but it was seasoned. The ingredients, I don't know the secret seasoning, but the ingredients was amazing. So our second winners was the Butterfly Effect, amazing tacos. Our third winner was the Kiwanis Club. And if you guys don't know anything about the Kiwanis Club, check them out because they do so many great things for our community. So check out the Kiwanis Club. And our first place again was Rotary, and it was amazing. So I'm Michelle Fiore. I'm your judge. I'm Judge Michelle Fiore judging tacos today, and it was an honor.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's the Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam, beautiful Mount Charleston. And while we did have some clouds roll in, we do have an excessive heat warning pretty much right up to Friday night. County forecast coming up just a bit.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Pahrump's Bill Hochstedler, Republican candidate for State Senate District 19, endorsed by the Nye County GOP.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Rory Rosell here from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and streaming everywhere at KPVM.TV and now Roku. Taking a look at Nevada right now, up in northern Nevada, Fernley is at 81 degrees, Fallon is at 83, Carson City at 74 degrees, Tonopah at 82, Goldfield at 86 degrees, Beatty at 95, Amargosa at 102 degrees, Las Vegas at 100 degrees, and Death Valley is at 112 degrees. Here in the Paradise of Pahrump, it is currently 97 degrees. The high today just a little while ago was 99 degrees. It was mostly cloudy today, wind blowing south at 10 miles per hour, humidity 12% today, and the sun rose this morning at 5:26 and is going to set tonight at 7:57 p.m. tonight. The humidity does raise up a little bit to 27%, and the wind continues to blow east-southeast at 10 miles per hour. The low tonight is going to be 68 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Let's take a look at the rest of the week. It looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of clouds throughout the rest of this week into next week, and we're going to be staying in the mid hundreds to 110, though our highest temperature this week is going to be 107 degrees on Thursday. We go back down into the double digits at 99 degrees both days. Make sure to stay hydrated, everybody. Now back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you very much, Miss Roselle. Well, folks, stay safe, stay hydrated, because we do have some heat coming in, as you can see right there. That'll do it, just about do it for us tonight. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.